Yo, you know what it is, man. The Kid Cortez, Brooklyn, Murder Ave Gang. You told them right now, bYc Radio.
bYc.
You are now listening to Radio.
I just leaped another hurdle. I'm bringing you the classic murder. I just leaped another hurdle. I'm bringing you the classic murder.
bYc.
Murder.
Yeah, you already know what it is. It's bYc Radio. Another episode. We got a special guest. Salute to him, man. Had him on the show previously on episode 23, recapping a weekend where he, went up with EMB and battled twerk and drugs. He's battled plenty of other big names like Clips, and he's had an impressive 2020 on the KOTD Grand Prix. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. Salute to today's special guest, So Severe. What's good, my guy?
Yo, what up, man? How you feeling, my brother?
Everything's good, man. How you, man?
I'm feeling good, bro. I just came from an event with my lady, man. Nice little fast event right downtown Atlanta. I'm feeling very honest right now. You're getting the best of it, because I'm feeling real influenced, to be honest.
That's what it is, man. A little bit
I
of
like
the true
honesty.
zero. A little bit of true
I
zero.
like honesty. My name is my name, so we gonna talk some facts. Then.
You already know.
Yeah, we in here, man.
So look, man, before we get into the particulars, man, I gotta say, man, you had a great 2020, but you gotta tell the people, man, about your come up. You rep 2 different cities, man. Tell the people about the cities that made you and about your come up, man.
Yeah. So I'm from Atlantic City, New Jersey. You know what I mean? Born and raised. I moved to Atlanta when I turned 18, to do the college thing or whatever. And it didn't work out the way I planned it, so things kind of went left, but I never went back. I kind of just grinded it out since I was 18. I'm 30 now. So I've been in Atlanta my entire adult life. So I give a lot of love, a lot of honor, and I'm grateful for the city of Atlanta, because it truly, like I say, Jersey is where I'm from, Atlantic City is where I'm from, but Atlanta is what made me a man. You know what I mean? I learned how to pay bills in Atlanta. I learned how to get I was homeless in Atlanta. Like, I could have easily moved back to Jersey and not had to struggle, but I went through all of that shit out here, so I forever love this city, and I put literal blood, sweat, and tears out here. Like, literal.
That's what it is, man. We got a lot of parallels in our life like that, man. I moved down here around the same time, and learned a lot as an adult, and that's interesting to learn that about you. You know what I'm saying? And like I was saying previously, man, you in the midst of a crazy year with COVID, where a lot of people had to learn how to get their hustle up, man. You have really, branded yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, talk about what you've done and how you flipped your branding this year in 2020, man.
You want to know what's crazy? I talk about this, fairly often. COVID saved my battle rap career. Word is bond, it did. I was in a hamster wheel, chasing after something that I thought I needed to get, whether it's in URL or a RBE plate or another King of the Dot main stage, and I was taking 2-3 battles a month. Before COVID, literally the day COVID dropped, like the day it dropped, nigga, like the new Jordans, I was in LA supposed to battle Billy Boondocks on a URL Survivor Series card. It was going to be the last card Norbs threw.
Wow.
And I was stuck in Los Angeles because that day, I'm in Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, and I get a text message saying California's in a state of emergency and everything's locked down. This is in February. So I had to get on the next flight to come back to Atlanta. Everything's canceled. I was already booked for 6 battles in between COVID. I didn't take a battle from February until King of the Dot hit me up to do the Grand Prix.
Wow.
So it gave me months to sit back, to relax. I wrote a screenplay. I got into acting classes. I did all kind of different things that had literally nothing to do with battle rap. And I took a 5-month social media fast, where I didn't do any social media whatsoever other than Facebook Messenger. You know what I mean? And the funniest thing is the biggest year I've had in battle rap was the year that I took the most time and didn't battle rap.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Impressive, man. That's impressive, man, because you really branded yourself in a year where a lot of people had to learn to hustle, man, for real, and I gotta salute you on that.
Thank you so much. I'm real appreciative, man, and it shows that oftentimes, and I really hope like up and coming battle rappers or even battle rappers who are in the rat race right now can take from this. It truly is quality over quantity. You know, people will look at my verse tracker and see the amount of battles I've had in only 3 years since I've taken this battle shit seriously, and it's kind of crazy. You know what I mean? And the amount of battles I've taken, it took for me to like take a break and not even battle to get the attention that I'm getting. So I have a whole different outlook on all of this, man, and I'm truly in it for my own journey. And whatever people think are their own kind of levels of success, that shit don't concern me at all. I'm in it for my own journey, and whatever happens, happens. You know?
Well, that's good that you secure your journey, man. Just do what you do. Keep working, man. A lot of fans might not know about your love for the fight game and combat sports.
Yeah, so it's kind of like becoming more common knowledge to the battle rap world that I'm into combat sports, and I've been involved in combat kind of basically my whole life. My uncle was Shimon Alvarez. He was a local champion that ended up getting to fight Josh Clotty, and then the winner of them ended up fighting Zab Judah. My uncle ended up losing that fight though, and Josh Clotty fought Zab Judah, and we all know how that fight ended up. But my uncle had me in the POW in Atlantic City boxing, and when I moved to Atlanta, I was getting into more Muay Thai and striking. But I started now, recently I've been getting involved with grappling art. So I'm doing judo down at Atlanta Judo Midtown, and they have a sub martial art group called Evolution Martial Arts, where we do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Okinawan Karate, and Filipino stick fighting. So it's like, it's all kind of shit, but I'm really, right now at this moment, I'm like strictly focused on judo, and specifically Olympic judo, like sports judo that, you know, Ronda Rousey, Karo Parisian, Fedor Emelianenko, their kind of judo. That's the judo that I'm actually training right now. So,
as far as boxing, man, what you think about the heavyweight division right now, man?
I mean, the heavyweight hasn't really had big fights or big names other than what we know of, like the Tyson Fury,
right? And
our big homie that's trying to say that, you know, he's been robbed this whole time. But we did have an amazing show out with Anthony Ruiz. He kind of popped out of nowhere.
That's a fact.
Fell back, but it was a beautiful moment in heavyweight boxing because he gave us that image of a true heavyweight. You know, Anthony Joshua is a physical specimen. He looks good. He works out. He focuses on, you know, things that are important in the aspect of the kind of marketing side of boxing. He's what you kind of want to look like as a heavyweight boxer. And Anthony Joshua gave us that breath of fresh air where it's like, yo, there's some big motherfuckers out here that'll knock you out too. So I think if anything, that was the best moment in heavyweight boxing in recent years. But besides that, the heavyweight class is kind of saturated because the majority of Americans don't want to fucking work out and make them 165s or 145, so they rather be big niggas throwing bolos.
That's a fact. That's a fact, and it's dry, man. It ain't heavyweight ain't been lit in a long time, man. I thought Deontay was going to do it. Yeah, I mean, bring some life back into it, but saw how that went. But nonetheless, back to battle rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was watching you and Leo Bronze the other day. You know what I'm saying? And it made me think, man, I fuck with the fact that you take a lot of road trips, you know what I'm saying? Now, you've been in a lot of situations battle-wise. What type of matches get you most amped up? Is it something like your King of the Dot appearance, you know, your first one where you have a point to prove? Or is it home games, or is it road matches, you know, where no one's familiar with your work? You know, what's your preference as far as getting you amped up for a battle?
Battles that get me amped up are more than likely cities that are my first time there. Like the most amped I've ever been in a battle was versus Ron Compton on Town Business 1 on King of the Dot. And that really had to do with the Oakland crowd. To this day, that was the most fun I've ever had in an event. Like Oakland, San Francisco, the whole Bay pulled up. And it was crazy. It was nothing like I ever experienced. I'm from Atlantic City, New Jersey. You know, like I never seen so many different nationalities kind of act in the same way. And then when a song will come on by like Mr. Fab, someone I've never heard any song in his life, in my life. When the song dropped, the whole building go crazy and everyone doing these dances I've seen on like the movie Rise and shit. You feel me? Like they, you know what I mean? Like they fucking turning up and it got me lit. It made me want to turn up for them. So I really enjoy going to cities that I haven't been to before and going to places that aren't too familiar with me and turning over new fans. So that's what really gets me amped. You know, I love traveling. That was my whole thing as not even before battle. I mean, before battle rap, my whole life has been about kind of traveling and experiencing new places. So that's what gets me amped. And big shout out to Leo Bronze. My boy is fire. I took that battle 2 weeks after my brother was killed on my birthday. But I was already paid in full by NASA. It was an amazing businessman over at League of Championship Culture. So, you know, despite, you know, the tragedy I went through, I still wanted to pull up and give the best performance. And Leo Bronze is the best in that area.
For sure. Yeah. Now,
we know you've got heavy ties in the A, and Don Marino is your road dog. So with that said, what's your thoughts on these battle rap crews? I like Goonies not battling Goonies. I see they're trying to do a reunion and whatnot.
So yeah, Don Marino's my brother. Like plain and simple. I will, as long as Don Marino is alive, and as long as I'm alive, he never has to raise his hand to anyone. I'll slide anybody for that man. That's how far my love goes for Don Marino. When I was at my lowest point that had, you know, nothing to do with battle rap or nothing, and it wasn't nobody there, Don was always there. He never folded on me. He never switched up on me. And he was A1 from when we was throwing local battles in Miami to where now he's about to battle Rum Nitty, and he's a fucking a legit NWX URL battler. So literally no one can say anything wrong about Don Marino in my face without me checking them immediately.
He on a card coming up in January. So.
It's a big card. It's a big look for him, man. Going up against Rum. That's a tough match, man. Homie.
He's ready. You feel me? Like best believe, like. And as far as battle rap crews go, they can be good or bad. They can be good in the sense of they can help you grow. You know, y'all can spar with each other, maybe bounce off ideas with each other. And when you're in a battle group with a lot of top tiers that has the experience and tenure, it can help younger artists boost themselves higher than the level of which they're at in whatever class they're in. But it can also put you at a disadvantage because you can never have those big battles with those people in your crew. You know, like just to be fair, Don Marino's my brother, but I'll still use him as an example. He can't necessarily battle with K-Shine. He could, and I know K-Shine and I know Don, and I know they would lock a battle like that and get it in, but it won't be like, you feel me? Because they brothers and they love each other. So that does put a battle group at a disadvantage. But I think the advantage that they put them in on the opposite weighs out the negative, like, by far.
Gotcha.
Well, at the beginning of the year, what goals you set out then? How would you say that they turned out?
To be complete, now this is when it gets honest, and this is when it gets kind of real. I don't know how this answer is gonna play out for me, but I'm gonna answer it anyway. In the beginning of the year, my New Year's resolution in 2019 going into 2020 was to make it on URL official. Not on no red dot cards, not on no, little West Coast cards, like being on a Survivor Series or being on a Born Legacy. That was my goal. And I wanted that to be my 2020 goal. How it changed is I sincerely don't care if URL never calls me again. I have no expectations. I have no care or want in the battle rap culture other than enjoying the journey that I'm in right now. All I really wanted, and Biz can, we talked, personally, and D'Angelo knows more than probably anybody other than my fucking girl or Don Marino, that all I ever wanted was to make it on URL before my little brother got out of jail, because he's a URL fan. He's the reason why I really battle rap. He was a fan, and I was just a good rapper from Atlantic City. And he told me to just start battle rap. And I wanted to make it on URL because I thought that was the sign of success. I don't have that same feeling anymore whatsoever. After, the North situation and kind of being told that any battle with URL that was under North literally doesn't count anymore. You know what I'm saying? So that's 7 battles I've had on URL. You telling me them 7 battles versus Bricks Belvy versus Clone, you know what I'm saying, versus Core, they just don't count anymore.
And that's what I was going to ask you. So that's what changed in your mindset, that situation?
Absolutely. Well, that was one of the situations, and another situation was when I took that fast from social media and the internet didn't matter to me anymore. It really opened my eyes to how I'm seen in my community, like locally in the city of Atlanta, and how people kind of like hold me to higher regards than what I thought in the battle world. My confidence came from how the battle world saw me, and instead of how the real world saw me. When I took that social media fast, battle world didn't exist to me anymore. And all I saw was how the real world saw me. And I'm put to this pedestal that I wasn't even holding myself to. So that was more than being quote unquote one of Norb's guys is, and Norb's getting let go from URL, and anyone who kind of fucked with him kind of got let go too. Besides that, me taking that break and me seeing how the real world really saw me is what helped me be like, yo, why am I chasing after something that I can't necessarily control? Because to be honest, whether I'm talented, whether I'm good, whether I have the it factor, star power, whatever, none of that shit matters at the end of the day. If they fuck with you, they fuck with you. Your Honor is not the most lyrical battle rapper. He knows that, the world knows that, but he has something that people want to see, and URL wanted that. For some reason, there's something that I have, and that King of the Dot loves, and that the King of the Dot fan base loves. So why don't I just embrace the people that love me instead of chasing after people
Absolutely
trying to earn their love? You know what I mean?
Facts. Well,
you'll smoke, Your Honor. I'm gonna just say that right now, son. You'll smoke, Your Honor.
I don't want no problem.
What's funny is that was first name Norm gave me before I battled Court. He said, "Would you battle this cat, Your Honor?" No one knew who he was. I didn't know who he was. I said, "Sure, line it up," but it ended up falling through. So instead of me battling Court on Red Dot 1, the first name I was given was Your Honor, and I ended up getting Performance of the Night that night.
That was out here in the A, right?
Yeah, that was in Atlanta, and I got Performance of the Night that night. So who would have known like how shit play out. That's what I'm saying. You can't control a lot of situations. A lot of it is circumstantial. You know, the fact that Swamp and Urana was the first band in that setting that we've never seen before, you know, that was circumstantial. So of course that battle was fucking amazing.
Facts. I'll give him that.
Yeah, but it was kind of divine intervention that made that shit happen. That battle shouldn't have happened, you know. But once again, you can't. Those are things you can't control. So you gotta just be happy with it. You gotta be grateful for whatever you got. I'm from the west side of Atlantic City. I was in Vancouver, British Columbia. Me and my girl, we got paid. We eating raw fucking oysters right out the fucking water. Whale watching on boats. Like, niggas, motherfuckers don't do shit like that. You know?
Talk your shit, you heard?
God gave me that. You know what I mean? So I can never, I really was caught up in that it only matters if it's on smack shit to a fault, to a point to where I was doubting my own self. When I stopped giving a fuck about that shit and I just did what I did and I just embraced the love that was given to me, bro, it all changed for me. And I sincerely don't care what happens to me throughout my journey, bro. I live more and better than, you know, my little brother who died, you know what I mean? So it don't matter to me anymore. And can't nobody say shit on Twitter, Instagram, bloggers, whatever. There's nothing nobody can say to me that hurt me more than that moment, you know. So I'm good, bro. I'm with whatever, and I'm enjoying all of this shit.
That's what's up. Soak it in, man. Enjoy that shit while it's here, man. I mean, live in the moment for real.
Alright, so tell us about the KOTD tournament and how you got involved with that and what that experience was like.
So I was minding my business and D-Rec hit my line. The word is bond, I was chilling. I was literally chilling, not thinking about nothing, not doing nothing. I was probably smoking. I was literally not doing anything. If y'all can imagine just a brother just sitting on his couch with his door open, the Zen garden got the water hitting the rocks. You feel me? Nothing was existing to me at that moment. I'm just chilling. And my phone rings and it's D-Rec. And D-Rec that's my guy. I love D-Rec. I haven't talked to him in probably a year and a half, maybe 2 years. And I'm like, what the fuck is D-Rec calling me about? So I answer and he was like, yo, you know, he broke it down to me. King of the Dot is trying to do a tournament. They breaking it down in regions and your name came up in the South. My first response was, my name came up in the South, like, how? You know, and they was like, well, you know, you was kind of like the biggest GZ name that made a lot of noise in the GZ world. And to be honest, Nestle can't do it.
That's right.
It is what it is.
I'll take
okay,
it.
Word. I was like, okay, word. I was like, so I'm really not trying to battle rap. I was actually going to take the rest of 2020 off, and I was just going to do my own thing. You know what I mean? He was like, but the first 2 battles is in Atlanta. The grand prize is $50,000, and we're going to pay you yada, yada, yada each battle. I was sold after yada, yada, yada each battle. You know what I mean? Because he told me 36 battlers, 50,000, you know, Disasters in it, Sharon in it, Mark 1 in it. I'm like, okay, cool. I ain't even tripping on the 50K. The way my mind works, I go off of a under-promise, over-deliver kind of mindset. I under-promise people, so if I can deliver it more than what I promised, it's more than what I said. I might tell you, it might take me 45 minutes to get out there, but I'll get there in 15 minutes. So in your mind, you're thinking 45, but I just pulled up in 15, and you're like, damn, that's what's up. You know, like, so that's kind of like how I took the tournament. Like, okay, it's 50,000, but I can battle possibly Disaster, or I can battle a Thesaurus, and I'm getting paid this amount each battle. Fuck it. I'm not working. My job is closed. I'm quarantining. Just, you know what I mean, chilling. Fuck it. I'll do it. And that's how it was. The right hitting. You know, I was like the 6th or 7th pick. They hit up my verse. They hit up all kind of motherfuckers who couldn't do it, and they ended up hitting me. So to be honest, I was never supposed to be in the tournament. I was the backup's backup. You feel me?
Shit, you made that shit work though.
Feel me?
Yeah, yo, listen, man.
Strike on the iron hot.
Yo, I don't trip on nothing, man. Like, it was meant for me at that moment, and what it did for me was more than what I would have gotten if one of those artists would have said yes. So while they was all tripping on me robbing this nigga, or Eddie I should have won, or whoever should have won, I shouldn't even have been there in the first place. So y'all can complain and trip all you want. I know that I'm allotted an opportunity that wasn't even meant at the original time. So I'm grateful for it. So yeah, bro, that's kind of how it came about. You feel me? I was the Robert Horry of the South region, but I pulled up. You feel me?
Hey, Robert, Horry got them rings though. You know what I mean?
He got them rings. You feel me?
You heard?
So
you got to be in it to win it, and it's like I asked this same question to Real Sick as far as competing in the Ultimate Madness tournament. Salute to Sick, you know what I mean? Episode 50, y'all check that out. But I gotta ask you, did you have any hesitation about competing in the tournament? You know, some niggas is scared to take a L potentially. You know, so how did you feel about going into a judge tournament?
I guess, yeah, I had hesitation, but not to get into the tournament. I had hesitation of battling, period. I didn't want to battle for me. But I have a true, like, great relationship with King of the Dot, Organic and Gully specifically. You know, and even the GZ staff members. Nate Sosa, he picked me up from the airport in Toronto, Chubbs. So when I get that, when King of the Dot hits me up, I've never said no. Every single battle King of the Dot ever hit me up with, I've agreed to. Never ever said no, never debated, never haggled money, never asked for more of what they offered. I accepted the shit. I battled a nigga named Creative in Vancouver. No one's ever heard of him, and some niggas don't even know where Vancouver's at. Columbia. But it was King of the Dot, and I said, yeah. And my first 5 King of the Dot battles, I paid out of my own pocket to get there. So, needless to say, you know, when it comes to them, you know, I've gone the extra mile, and they've done the right thing and paid me back 10 times, 20, 50 times over.
That's what's up, man. Because I mean, you've had a lot of looks on there, man. Like the town business, obviously the tournament, so and the GT, you know, so it's only been up, and that's been the main point of this conversation is, man, you elevated all throughout the year, man. Solo, what's on your mind?
What's the feedback from your performances, from your old fans to the new fans watching you now in the King of the Dot side?
So it almost started going left, like with the Eddie I battle. A lot of King of the Dot's quote unquote niche fan base are more of Eddie I fans than they are of a So Severe fan.
Mm-hmm.
And they spend a lot of time on the internet. So they try to really drag me on the internet as far as Eddie I should have won and yada yada yada, all that extra shit. So it started to go a little left with the internet presence trying to push a narrative that King of the Dot robbed Eddie I in our battle. So I had to kind of flip it, and I created a whole merch store and brand called Shoplift and Savior, runmyfade.com. Y'all can cop the merch, where it depicts me as stealing salsa, stealing the salsa.
if y'all didn't follow that, man, y'all missed out on some good stuff, man, on social media when that was going on, man.
Yeah, I had a whole commercial, and I'm so severe, and I rob niggas, shit going on, and I had to flip it because I realized, like, these guys, and it wasn't even me to bringing it back. It was Don Marino who told me to do this shit. Don hit me and was like, bro, you gotta go online and you have to embrace it. You have to kind of flip it. These dudes is trying to make you out to be like you don't deserve to be here. And the more you get angry about it and try to combat them with it, they're just going to troll you and make you look dumb online because you don't deal with this online shit. You deal in real life. You have to be able to beat them at their game. So I said, all right, bet. And that's what I did. I created a merch store. I made over $2,000 off of me robbing niggas on merch, and it became like a little moment where motherfuckers I've heard niggas use me in bars and put this shit like on robbing niggas and shit like that. So the fan base almost went left, but I ended up reeling them in by kind of beating them at their own game.
Okay, that's what it is, man. Salute to you on that, man. Now I gotta ask, being that battlers sell the matches so much on their own, do you think it's important for battlers to start receiving residuals from pay-per-views and or streaming outlets? And can it be done realistically?
Only on URL. And that's not even no shade on URL.
Why do you think it can only happen on URL? Why it can't happen everywhere?
Because URL is, to be honest, the only profitable battle rap league in this entire culture.
That's not
Every
true.
other league.
I mean, they're the most profitable, yes, but everyone should be able to eat off themselves. I'm sorry if y'all niggas is using my content to get rich. Why can't I get rich too? That's my image you're using. You can copyright that. Y'all niggas should be doing that. A lot of these niggas is doing that.
I agree with that, but to be honest, I mean, this might affect my political connects, but URL is the biggest league in battle rap and which yields the most profit in battle rap. They just got a $226 million fucking deal. You know, King of the Dot didn't get that deal with Twitch. King of the Dot's deal with Twitch is nothing like the Caffeine deal. Caffeine had fucking billboards in Atlanta above my apartment. Like,
Yeah,
I would step out in the city and see a URL. I would see twerk on top of my fucking apartment. You feel me?
I get that. I understand that. And that's, well, I say that all the time. These niggas should be getting a chicken. They acting like Smack back in the hood and he don't got it. He letting
No, but
run off with
what
it.
Smack has done that no other league could have done, Smack himself, you know what I'm saying? Fucking Smack White is the brand. Because of what he did in the DVD era, he kind of solidified himself as the go-to for battle rap, to the point to where even when funny little goofy battle rap shit happens in a satirical kind of way, like on that Netflix show, they call Smack for it. They don't call our AR.
That's a fact. Y'all niggas,
That's a fact.
and that too. This nigga Smack got a Netflix check. Why is niggas like tapping Smack pocket? He got bread for y'all niggas. Go get yours.
Yeah. So because of which, I can honestly say, other than probably Gates of the Garden, which we can chop it up with my brother Dre Dennis as well. URL is the only profitable league. I know for a fact Organic comes out of pocket to make this shit happen. You know, ARP takes L's every battle. Every event, ARP taking L's, but his money's so long and he's such an amazing businessman, he's already accounted losses in battle rap and he makes it up for his other sources of income. But ARP doesn't make money off of events. No one does anymore. It used to be like that, but people, it's just not. The core battle rap fans that existed in the early 2000s, nigga, we 30, 40 years old with kids. Our girls be tripping when we going out. You feel me? Like, it's different. So it's not 1,000 people at events like it used to be. So, you know, to give credit to URL, they found the way to not only make money, but kind of sell a piece of not a piece of the business, but sell the image of the business and make a lot of money. So in the regards of getting residuals, I think maybe only 5 battle rappers qualify for that. You know what I mean? And those that do kind of should, because in the acting and theater world, well, actually, this can be different. In theater, you get paid for your act. You get paid for what you do. If they put it on DVD, you can sign what's called a buyout. A buyout means you get paid for what you did for that production. And whatever Tyler Perry or Lee, whatever that motherfucker's name is,
Lee Daniels.
Lee Daniels, whatever they make off of those DVDs or those offshoot films, you don't get nothing of that because you got bought out. That's what battle rap does. They do a buyout. So if you don't know that kind of like other side, because battle rap is theater, it's entertainment theater. So I think battle rappers should learn more, or maybe even get a theater agent that would be able to negotiate something like that. But that would only really be able to work on URL, because if you wanted residuals from King of the Dot, or RBE, they'd be like, okay, cool, we made negative $2,000, so you want residuals for negative $2,000, bro?
Makes sense.
Makes a lot of sense. So, just to wrap up the King of the Dot conversation, let's talk about it, man. Who you got in the finals, man? Marv Won or Saint, man?
Yo, I got Saint, bro. I really got Saint, sincerely. Before I even knew what the lineup was, I had did a podcast on the building downtown. There's some dope folks. Y'all should actually collab with them. They on the Canada side, and they are super knowledgeable on they were actually a combat sport podcast that switched to battle rap. So, but they on more on the MMA side. But they are some dope ass people.
Okay.
But I did an interview with them when I was just announced and no one knew what the lineup was. They asked me, their question was, if it wasn't you to win the tournament, who do you have? And I said Saint. The word is bond. You know what I mean? So it's fucked up that the nigga beat me, but you know, I would rather the brother that beat me win the whole thing. You know, so
Got you.
I really want Saint to win that bread, and I mean that sincerely. I feel like you know, he's put in work. People think that he's younger than what he is because he got a baby face. Don't get it twisted. He's like 37 years old. You know what I mean? But niggas don't know he battled BG Gotti 4 years ago. That was 4 years ago when he battled.
That was in the bunker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was King of the Dot in the bunker. You know what I mean?
Saint been fire. I've been telling.
That's a fact. Saint definitely been fire. Salute the IP. He been pushing that name too.
Yeah, Saint been doing it for a minute. Like, I told niggas the other day, I was like, yo, you mad that you didn't win? I said, yo, to be honest, I don't even think I've done $50,000 worth of work compared to the niggas that's been in this tournament. Caustic's been battling since I was in fucking elementary school. You know what I mean? Fucking Saint and Act has been battling for at least 5-6 years. I just celebrated my 3rd year 3 months ago. You know? So, I think whoever wins, whether it's Marv Won or Saint, both of them have put $50,000 and or plus worth of work. So they deserve that.
That's a fact.
Word is bond.
That's a fact. That's a fact. All right, we done been political long enough. I need you to pop your shit now, okay? Now, at the end of last year, you know, we do the bYc Awards. You know, I had my top 5 who deserves a push, you know, going into 2020. Do you feel like you got that push, you know what I'm saying, in 2020? And if not, do you still feel like you need to be pushed to the next level in the year we got coming up?
Yes to both. And you should be really proud of yourself. Word is bond. Because every single name that you put on that list is making absolutely amazing strides in their own rights. And I don't think anyone has been that accurate in deserving a push and thus getting that push ever, including, you know, Chris Unbiased coming back. He does this, but I don't even think he's been that accurate. So y'all platform should be very, very proud because y'all called that shit me, drugs, Jerry West, like, you know what I'm saying? Yo,
That's y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all put in the work the prior year, and all of y'all, you know what I'm saying, have gotten what I feel y'all deserve this year. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, but it takes for the real because the issue with a lot of battle rap media, they are view driven, so they tend to push what's popular and what's being talked about the most, so they can get their views up. It takes for platforms like yourself that can look past the fucking superficial bullshit and see the true talent in it. So yeah, it takes for us to do the work, but it also takes for y'all. So when we see it, it's like, okay, goddamn, someone is recognizing this shit.
I'm glad somebody
Black
else
not
seen it.
talking about us until we pop in.
Because if I said I'm the bad
until we
guy.
pop in, you feel me? So it takes for y'all. But yeah, I do feel like I should get a bigger push, and I think I am getting a bigger push. I think, I don't have anything lined up that's big, but the way that I'm feeling in this like fear and the way shit's working, I look at brothers like Prep, where 2 years ago motherfuckers was talking ill on Prep, saying he don't got this and he don't got that. And now I'm looking at how he's moving right now, and it's like niggas, it's a whole different world. I look at niggas like Holmesy the God, who 2 years, 3 years ago, niggas was saying he couldn't cross over to the top tier. You feel me? So there ain't no fucking telling where I'm gonna be in 2 years. I don't fucking know. I don't even care. The fact that I don't even care about it makes it even more dope because who knows what the fucking happened. My brother Clone, who, I battled on URL, that quote unquote don't count. He's making big ass noise after doing years in the bank for some shit he didn't do. You feel me? Held it down, never fucking told, never did nothing. Came out, battled once on King of the Dot, and he's that fucking nigga. He's been that nigga. There ain't no telling what can happen, when it can happen. So I don't care. Give me a push. Don't give me a push. Fuck it. Whatever's going to happen is destined, and can't nobody stop that shit. And I'm not doing no crucible. I turned my shit down. I'm not taking it back. My bad. I gotta stop.
Talk your shit, man. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get you more hyped up, man. Usually we ask, is there anybody you want to battle? You know what I'm saying? But now, who you want to kill going into 2021, man? Who you trying to kill? Who you trying to get up out of here? Who you trying to pack up, man?
Yo, you know who I want to battle, and I don't think it'd even be a pack up because this nigga should have been packed up. Even though I like the nigga, I don't like the nigga, yo. This Jada Nightwing dude, like, he's fire, and he pisses me off because he's so fucking fire, and then he choke. He'll say some shit that makes me get angry because I never thought about it. Like, how the fuck this nigga even think of some shit like that? And then the next bar, he'll choke. I'll be like, nigga, how can you say something so fucking amazing and then choke right after that? Like,
well, he hasn't choked in a while.
I wasn't crazy about him in Saga. I'm gonna keep it real.
I'll just say he's thrown away rounds.
Now I'm unsubscribed to the URL app, so my battle rap IQ is very low. You feel me? And I'm that's actually one of, so A-Ward is one of my closest friends in battle rap, and I sincerely consider him a brother. He kept it real with me, where he told me that my biggest disadvantage in battle rap is that I don't know enough about battle rap. That I haven't watched enough battle rap to where sometimes I'll come up with a theme or a concept or something versus somebody that a battler probably used already maybe 3, 4, 5 battles ago. But I'm not going to sit and watch 5 battles versus someone I'm about to battle. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not going to do it. I wish I had that kind of drive and want to do that, but I don't. So I have to force myself to be more creative because I don't do that. So I might be off. Jada Nightwing probably bodied his last 6 opponents, and I don't even remember because I just remember he choked on Red Dot.
Shit, that could be a gift and a curse, though. You know what I mean? Could be a gift and a curse. You know what I mean? Anybody else you got on the list?
It's just fire niggas. I just want to get fire niggas out of here. Like, niggas that is dope, like Fonz. You feel me? Like fucking, oh man, like, I don't know, man. Niggas that really know how to rap. I like Bankhead. I know a lot of niggas don't like Bankhead, but I think a battle like me and Bankhead would be a dope battle.
See a lot of energy in that one. That might be a good one. Bro.
That might look good.
Very a real passionate battle, and I got a lot of respect for him. So I think I will really go hard. Someone like you know who I think is not. You know what I'm gonna say. You know who's ass, and I don't understand like what it is with the nigga. Just easy to block at his ass.
He's firing.
And I don't get it. Like,
Oh, he's firing.
Because everybody got their thing, and I think everybody deserves what they get. So I'm not saying he don't deserve what he get, because he's another nigga who's been battling for a minute, and a lot of niggas don't know.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
He's been around for a minute.
Like when he was battling, his teeth was straight, like a long time. You know what I mean? So I
That
think
came out of left. I was not expecting.
getting right now, but he's ass.
You sure? Yeah, so you sure you want to talk high like this?
that'd be a good. I like that one. I would.
Like that.
That would be a good one. Easy and so severe. That'd be a good one.
But if he circle around me and do that bullshit, like who thought of that goofy shit? Like that shit just throws the whole energy. I just feel weird when you do that shit. I don't know. It's just a weird thing to do. But he's never said anything to where, like, and my nigga, yo, you live in the Poconos, my nigga. Stop talking this Philly fucking shit, my nigga. Like, I get it.
Listen, I don't want to be responsible for it.
You like you in the
I don't want to be
Poconos.
responsible for no hot
You know
shit.
what I mean?
Nigga dumping a clip on him. Alright, homie,
Taking this shit like
Wait.
like
wait, bro.
niggas like, nah,
Wait, bro, wait.
So the last battle I saw Easy the Block Captain was him and Don Marino. Now I understand, you know what I'm saying, how I can feel very strongly on the opposition of Don Marino. I get it. And I agree with anyone who say that shit. That's my brother. But I'm listening to him, and I be wanting to tell Don, like, yeah, Don, you lost. Like, I've told Don on many occasions, like, you lost. This is why you lost. Like verse Swamp, I told him why he lost verse Swamp. You were rapping, and them niggas wasn't listening for bars. They was there for a feeling, and Swamp gave him that feeling on stage. You outbarred him, but it wasn't necessarily a bar situation. You know what I mean? So, and that's what I told him. But with Easy the Block Captain, I'm like, that nigga is ass. The fuck? I don't know what it was. I can't even give you no.
I have to be responsible for some hot shit.
So I remember we were putting the card together. We had an investor that was trying to get something jumping off, and I'm just peel the curtain back for the people. I had a name that I wanted to line you up against. What would you think about battling Cave Gang's Burke Bucks?
Hey yo, I want to issue an apology to Easy the Block Captain. Because compared to Burke Bucks, Easy the Block Captain.
Yo, son.
Nah.
Nice. Yo, stop putting that guns out over here. Why you not? This is not now. We can't do this. Nah.
He talked that Phil Poconos. They done caught a body in the last decade, so it gets crazy out there. You know what I'm saying? And I apologize. So Easy the Block Captain is nice. Next question.
Man, we ain't even got no more questions, man. You done answered it all, man.
What just happened?
That boy so severe is hungry. He's ready for competition, yo. He done spoke his piece, man. He done gave you his branding. He done gave you the opponents he wants to demolish, apparently, and you know he's coming in 2021 with some shit, and I'm looking forward to what you do in 2021, man. But before we let you go, man, we gotta let you salute with your social media, shout it out, salute where they can find your merch and all of your brand and whatnot. So go ahead and shout that out real quick.
Oh man, well, first of all, I want to thank y'all for allowing me to just come up here and chop it up with my bro. His family, he's family with my family. So anytime I can come on here, I'm going to do it. And I mean, y'all can find me on social media. I mean, I might not even accept you on Facebook. So, like, it's Safe Videos on Facebook, So Severe on Instagram. Y'all can find me on episode 45, Atlanta Avenue, getting my acting chops. I'm actually focusing more on the acting theater side of the entertainment world. So hopefully in the next few years, y'all see me on a Netflix series or some goofy shit like that. But besides that, man, I'm just out here, man. If y'all really want to find me, I'm outside every day in Atlanta. Just walk around where shit's popping, you'll end up running into me somewhere.
Already, man. Right, Rosie, runmyfade.com.
Runmyfade.com. Y'all can cop the merch. You know what I mean? I sincerely appreciate it. You know, I love the love, and thank you for reminding me for that, because that's definitely a stream of income that's been super helpful during this time. And yeah, y'all can find me on runmyfade.com. Make sure y'all showing love. So Severe Verses on YouTube. That's my #1 search. It should be yours too.
You know what I mean? Y'all stay tuned for them King of the Dot battles. We're gonna find out how those are dropping. Yeah, I mean, but once again, man, So Severe, thanks for your time, fam. We appreciate you. We support you up here at bYc. We're gonna check you soon, fam.
Yo, it's all love. Yo, happy Kwanzaa, Kuji, Jakaria, all that dope shit.
Already, man. Happy New Year's. We're gonna fuck this COVID shit up next year, you heard?
Yo, you already know, bro. Nothing but love. I appreciate y'all.
Already.
You are now listening to Classic Radio.